We'd like to premiere a song right now that I wrote a couple months ago after a very tragic event, and it's coming out as a single on September 9th on Delmark Records. It's coming out on vinyl in October, featuring Billy Branch, John Kattke, Danny Schaefer, who produced the track, who's not here today. It's called The Ballad of George Floyd.
A country's haunted streets filled with angry souls, carrying signs, crying out again for injustices told. On that dark night, a man spent a bad $20 bill. 8 minutes of torture, begged for mercy, then he was killed.
Under a near hatred, George Floyd met his terrible end. 400 years of that same hate and bigotry yet again. Blind men in power, pouring gasoline on a burning fire. Mindless words spat out in a minute's time like a clueless child. Can you feel his pain? He didn't die in vain. We can't let this happen again. It's time we bring about a change.
A gentle giant moved from Texas looking for a brand new start. He loved his daughters, stood up for friends, left with broken hearts. Like brothers Garner, Rice, brothers and Brown. Darkness of racism gotta stop taking all these good men down.
Can you feel his pain? He didn't die in vain. We can't let this happen again. It's time to bring about a change.
Written by none other than Dave Specter. And I'm so happy to be a part of it. It's a great tune with a very important message, especially for now.
All right, thank you. Hi.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Wow. The Ballad of George Floyd. Can you feel his pain? Time to bring about a change. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome. You know, our world right now is really tough. Systemic racism, economic challenges, COVID, issues in Portland, Chicago, Kenosha, everywhere. You know, there's a great story told about Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. His words echoed off the marble pillars of the Lincoln Memorial when he preached that speech 57 years ago this very weekend. 57 years ago on Friday. But according to his speechwriter, Clarence Jones, those were not the words that he had planned to share that day. You know, Dr. King was all set the night before. Sitting in his hotel room with 7 advisors, his words were put on paper, and the press was given advance copies. And his speech that day on the march on Washington began the same way. Reverend King carefully sticking to his written script. However, after a brief moment of silence, gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, who sang earlier at that event, shouted to Dr. King, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." Dr. King was startled, flustered, but he stuck to his script. Again, Mahalia screamed out, "Martin, tell him about the dream." And the next thing you know, he threw away his papers. He shifted gears. That speechwriter leaned over to the person next to him and said, "The people don't know it now, but they're going to church." Dr. King would sometimes call Mahalia Jackson in the middle of the night, and he would say, "I need to hear God's voice." And she would sing to him, and that would ease his anxiety, knowing that God was with him. You know, the blues aren't that different. The music is spiritual, it's powerful, it's majestic, it's sacred. You do that. You guys did that. It's amazing. We need more wonderful music, and we thank all of these great musicians. We also thank all of the people that are viewing. And we know and we hope that you are participating. We hope that you are going to donate to help these musicians. But we're also trying to help out a really good friend of mine. And his name is Pastor Phil Jackson from the Firehouse Arts Center in Chicago. You know, Pastor Phil and the amazing work of the Firehouse touch 2,500 people every year. They spark new flames, one life at a time. They feed 2,000 people every week during the COVID period with 3 meals a day. They have interrupters on the street doing outreach in the worst neighborhoods of Chicago. They interrupt the violence, and they're helping businesses that are in the midst of looting and destruction to come back. For 13 years at the Firehouse, Pastor Phil has been working with the youth of Lawndale, given them a home and hope through art, through music, through rapping, through dance, video production, cooking, you name it, they do it. And they need our support. And so do these wonderful musicians. You know, Pastor Phil gave me this shirt that I'm wearing right now. And I did not know that I was going to follow that song because it was created for George Floyd. He gave me this shirt when he brought Latin Americans from Little Village and blacks from Lawndale together. As you can see, my shirt says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves." That's what we do. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. We do that. It's hard work, but we got to do it. And music is one way to do it. Because music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. So keep listening to music. But reach into your pockets and send some money our way. Help these amazing musicians. Help us all make this world a better place. It's an honor to represent Phil. It's an honor to listen to your beautiful music. It's an honor to be with you today. And so I turn it over to Amazing Blue and Mike DePoyen in Kalamazoo, Michigan, to take it away. We'll be back. Keep making music. I can't breathe. Can you feel his pain? It's time to make a change. Thank you.